can't make Canada the 51st state without going to war with them.
Want to bet? I don't think this is a fight you want. Take your best shot. Let's move on to Canada here. I know I was raised there, but was born in Detroit, just in case, well, right outside Detroit. No one's actually born in Detroit. They're mugged there or carjacked. But I'm American. I was given dual citizenship, which I want to figure out how to reject. I still don't know how to do that.
Shred the passport?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't even know.
You're holding on to it.
It's a silly place, Canada. It is a very, very silly place. But now they're upset. In case you thought that President Trump was joking, he made it explicitly clear that he wants Canada, and now they're preparing for an invasion because of this. He wants Canada to be the 51st state.
And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually.
Visually? You sure about that? Said Saskatchewan.
You looking for a tilly, buddy?
My God.
Let's have a Donnybrook.
Careful, that's my cousin.
I see the resemblance.
Jeez, how does that thing survive winter?
Well, you know.
The weight? I don't know.
Well,
Insulation?
Other people survive winter by crawling into her like Luke Skywalker. Camel. So Canada's all upset about this, which brings us to the latest installment, and it does relate to you as an American. No Canada. Didn't we have a news stinger with the national anthem on No Canada?
Maybe.
I thought we did.
By the way, was that a Star Wars?
It was
reference?
more
That's rare for
offensive.
you.
Didn't we have one? Right, Noodles?
We did.
Okay, guys, send it in. It's fun. Anytime we can poke our finger in the chest of the socialists up north, that's great.
Let's put my finger into that fat lady from that Photoshop.
Yeah, well, you'll lose it. Hey, you better not poke me with anything you want back.
That's so gross.
Just assumes you
Like a cosmic bunny hole in there, eh?
I was going to say she'd be a great goalie, but you'd lose the puck.
These disposable pucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. You better send yourself a bucket of pucks there. So, new article in the Free Press. It profiled that Canadians are willing to take on America now. Dr. Raghu Venugopal. I hope I'm saying it right, but I don't really care.
Canadian.
Yeah.
From Ontario, said this about fighting for Canada. He said, "There are many out there who would have no limit how we would defend this great nation. Many of us would rather have our eyes spooned out, be thrown in acid and eviscerated, tortured, run over by tanks, have our heart pulled from our mouth than have anything to do with the United States. Rather have our eyes spooned out," which prompted the U.S. Army to make a change to their standard issue sidearm. So that is, yeah, well. I was joking.
No.
We adapt to our enemies.
Sir, I see 18 spoons, 4 clicks out.
Hey, we're kind, okay?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we'll do it.
Well, you want it. We'll kill you the way you want.
Yes, exactly. Spoons, that's fine.
Yeah.
We could go with a spork, probably
Yeah,
easier,
well,
probably get a little more. So there's a new survey, by the way. It says 1 out of 4 Canadians see the United States as an enemy country, while the same poll shows that 4 out of 4 Americans still don't give a shit. So there's that. And here's the thing, Canada, and this is, we're going to get also to Ukraine later and this proposal of the United States controlling some of their nuclear plants. This is where we are in the United States, right? And we've been exploited. People are taking advantage of our good graces. But even worse, it's the grandstanding. It's them acting as though they have a leg to stand on. It's them acting as though they have any kind of leverage. And this is really, it's exclusively a problem in the modern world that, frankly, the United States has created by being far too benevolent. And I mean that. Canada has a few obstacles if they went to war with the United States. So let me give you just like some comparisons here. For example, like active service members. That's relevant. The United States has about 2.1 million. Canada has less than a 20th of that with 97,000 and half of them are drunks.
That's smaller than Amarillo.
Yes. Tanks. We've got 4,600, give or take. Canada has 80. So I don't like.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Fighter jets, we have 1,600. Canada has 79. Aircraft carriers, we have 11. Canada has none.
This is not a serious country.
Nukes, Canada has none.
That's the only one that matters, in my opinion.
Well, that's helpful.
Also, by the way, if Canada, let's say, if they expend some of these, they need to purchase them, a lot of this equipment from the United States.
Oh.
Do you think you would sell us a nuke? We might need it in the future.
Yeah, look, we got some French Canadians out there who are a problem. Like maybe, you could spare some uranium.
Oh, separatists.
Just think, this is.
I think we get uranium from them, I think.
Yes.
I think
But they don't make nukes.
No, they don't.
It's a silly place. Make nukes.
They say, we don't make war, we have peacekeepers. Really? Yeah, you're welcome to the United States military. You're a silly country. And this is where we are. I was raised in Canada. I know you right now, quite a few of you watching might be Canadian. I had to live with the anti-Americanism my whole life. I had a teacher blame the Vietnam War on my dad at a PTA meeting.
Well, it was his fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks. And she also kicked me out of class because, hand to God, I said there were 50 states. She corrected me. She went, there are 52. Don't forget Alaska and Hawaii. And I went, including Alaska and Hawaii, there are 50. You dumb bitch. And I got kicked out.
You said dumb bitch.
No, I didn't say that.
You should have.
Everything else except that. I said it quietly.
That's true, though? You got kicked out of class
I got
because
kicked out.
You corrected her?
Yep. My brother and I prank called her every single day for a week, 10 years later, just yelling 50 states on her answering
Oh, that's
machine.
Are you
poutine on her
serious?
face.
10 years later?
Ask Johnny Boy. He'll tell you.
Wow.
Yep.
Would you set a calendar reminder to be pissed off?
Precisely. That's exactly what we
That
did.
is.
That's fine, yeah.
We set a
Epic.
reminder.
It was a Palm Pilot.
And
so that's-
same thing in
epic
Europe.
pettiness.
The rest of the world, they all look and they go, oh, you Americans are so. Just look, shut up. Social media is not the same as real life. People can go out and say, we're ready to take on the United States. Well, if it's a fight they want, it's a fight they'll get, by God, eh? You don't want this. And by the way, if we were going to describe as to how we will eviscerate you with little to no effort, you're not even going to understand this answer. So how about you sit down, be grateful, and play ball? We're not asking you to do anything that's unfair or anything that we won't do ourselves. You're welcome. If you add all of this up, right, you add up the active service members, the jets, the aircraft carriers, and in case you question me, all references are available every single show, link in the description. I encourage you to peruse it. They still have allies like this.
You can't make Canada the 51st state without going to war with them.
Want to bet?
And let me explain how that happened, how that worked out the last time we tried to go to war with Canada. They burned the White House to the ground in 1814.
Because you don't expect your friends to burn down your crap.
Canada beat us in the War of 1812.
Canada or
They
the king
probably
and
liked
queen?
their
It was a
chances
colony.
against us. We're not going to beat them in a war because we have never been able to do that. They're also
shirt
in
says
NATO.
mustard.
And since we're backing out of NATO, doesn't that mean that Europe would come to the defense of Canada? And we'd now be fighting NATO?
Oh, my. Well, I guess they'd have to get to their promised 2% spending as far as a percentage of their GDP, NATO, which Canada hasn't done, but they promise they'll do it by 2030 something, along with all of the other European countries. Again, we protect all of them. NATO, I don't think this is a fight you want. Take your best shot. We're not asking. The United States is not asking for anything unfair. They say tyrannical when we're saying, hey, look, can you spend half of what we spend so that you don't rattle your tin cup to us every single time you actually need help? Do you guys get it? These people are anti-American. When they are blaming the United States and they're praising NATO, these people are bad friends. They are bad allies. We signed a contract. We made a promise. They signed a contract. They made a promise. One nation has honored it consistently. And we're the bad guys? Oh, that's right, because you hate America. And it's more than just military. Culturally, and I've talked about this, everything is downstream from culture. The average American has much higher testosterone than the average Canadian, which is no surprise. Canada, the number is 402 nanograms per deciliter. The United States is 459 nanograms per deciliter. How's our balls taste? Now,
Ouch.
Like pineapple.
depends. I will acknowledge that we're better than Canada, but we do pale in comparison to, this is a real stat, Uzbekistan, where they have 773 nanograms per deciliter.
Is that the dark blue
on
area?
average.
Yeah.
Because under Russia?
Yes,
And then there's like this-
773.
Wow. And then there's this big dark blue area in the middle of Africa, too.
Yeah, a lot of testosterone. And, it should come as no surprise. Just ask average Uzbekistani Bob. This is, come on, we should have known.
Whoa.
We thought he was juicing. Turns out he's just
That's all natural.
Uzbekistanian. I know that's not how it's said. I don't care. This has been No Canada. That's the one I wanted. Hey, if you're still watching this, congratulations. It's been free this whole time. Consider hitting the notification bell or watching one of these videos for more like-minded content. I don't know when this is airing, when you're watching this. It could be in the future after Skynet has fallen. If it's 3 years from me filming, it's definitely fallen.